Hey, what's up, everybody? So we had a producer ask an excellent question in our Trained Advisor School, specifically about email marketing and email nurturing. He says, once you connect and you've moved the person over to email, what kinds of emails, how many and how often for those first emails, meaning is it 6 or 8 or 10 emails? And is it all about the original concept, or do you sprinkle in some personal about yourself? What are your thoughts? So excellent question. This is something that I've noticed a lot of producers have a little bit of ambiguity over and a lot of trepidation, not wanting to come across as salesy or spammy. So in order to make that happen, especially when it comes to email nurturing, one of the things that you need to focus on is continuously providing value. You want to give away the secrets, sell the implementation. The way that I like to picture it is like dangling a carrot out in front of somebody, and you're using that carrot, you're using that value as a way to encourage them to take the targeted action steps that you know that they need to take in order to cross that finish line and become a paying client. So let's dive into the weeds a little bit. So in this example, we're using LinkedIn as that traffic source. So you go and you connect with somebody, you're sending messages, you're grabbing their contact information and putting them into a warm-up email nurturing sequence. So for us, we've noticed that about 3 to 5 emails in that warm-up nurturing sequence is perfect. But one of the things that you have to be careful of is, because this is a warm-up email sequence, is it has to be chock full of value. So in order to make that happen, you've got to have a value-based offer that you're giving away regardless of whether or not they work with you. Now, that can be a PDF, a checklist, a calculator, a white paper. Sky's the limit when it comes to what that value-based offer is. For us, we've noticed that physical books convert best. If somebody can see something, smell it, hold it, taste it, touch it, they equate that at a higher value than something that they would receive digitally, even if the content is the exact same. So with that value-based offer, we're going to have about 3 to 5 emails that are going to provide value. They're going to encourage them to take advantage of that value-based offer. Once they take advantage of that offer, we always want to allow them to book a strategy session directly on your calendar. When it comes to converting somebody to the next steps, you never want them to have to look around and wonder where to go in order to take those next steps. We don't want to hope that they just pick up the phone and call you or send you an email. Hope is a terrible marketing strategy. So with that initial value-based offer, what we're going to do is, once somebody takes advantage of that offer, we're going to grab their information and put them into a separate sequence, a sequence that is designed to reiterate that value-based offer that they just took advantage of and help them understand what the next step is. We're encouraging them to book a strategy session. So we like to send, again, about 4 or 5 emails per value-based offer that still offers value, still gives them valuable information, but it's going to encourage them to book a strategy session. Now, once somebody has gone through that initial phase, so they've already gotten somewhere in the neighborhood of 6 to 10 emails, then if they haven't converted at that point, we're just going to recycle and repeat that process. We're going to position a second value-based offer that they can take advantage of. Now, again, this can be a number of different things between PDFs and checklists and white papers and videos. This is where you can start approaching them from different angles. So if somebody didn't take advantage of a strategy session based on that first value-based offer, what I would do is start repositioning the content from a slightly different angle. So let's say value-based offer number 1 is about tax-free retirement planning, something along those lines. Well, if they haven't taken advantage of a strategy session, it means that their pain point isn't high enough for them to feel obligated to take those next steps with you. So what we're going to do is reposition that information at a slightly different angle. So maybe instead of talking about tax-free retirement planning, maybe we talk about market volatility, or maybe we talk about eliminating, the risk of longevity and outliving your nest egg. There are a number of different ways that you can start repositioning that. So you'll see that we're still approaching the same concept or the same topic of retirement planning, but we're coming at it from different angles in order to touch those pain points that they are feeling day in and day out. And again, if they take advantage of that second value-based offer, you want to make sure that they can book a strategy session directly on your calendar. So in value-based offer number 2, what we're going to do is position, again, 3 or 4 emails that talk about that value-based offer, and then again, reiterate that they can take advantage of that complimentary strategy session. Then it's just rinse and repeat. So personally, I'm not a huge fan of including a lot of personal information inside of the initial messaging. The reason being is that people don't necessarily care that you like to walk your dog on the weekend, or that you're a baseball fan, or whatever it might be. You can include that information, but you have to strategically put it in there with that value. It's all about that value and setting you up as that authority figure so that when their financial pain points are strong enough, they know exactly who to turn to because you've been providing that value and positioning yourself as that authority figure every step along the way. That's exactly what we do inside of our high premium attraction system. So you'll notice this is going to look a little bit more complex, but the formula is the exact same. We have our traffic source up here. We have our initial value-based offer where people are going through. They're being reminded that they can take advantage of that complimentary book. If they take advantage of it, they're put on a separate email sequence that reiterates that value-based offer, gives a little bit more insight, information about it, tells them they can book a strategy session. And then from there, once they go through a certain amount of emails, then we just rinse and repeat with a second value-based offer, a third value-based offer, a fourth value-based offer. Now, inside of here, you'll notice that I have 3 emails just to help you visualize what it is, but we have more emails as part of that sequence. But again, it's always about positioning that value. So if you want to learn more about this, about these strategies, these techniques, go to school.com/trained-advisor, and I'll see you there.